All right. So what if you want more functionality, right? You don't want to go in and customize stuff. You don't want to recompile the damn thing. Well, yeah, we don't want you to have to do that. Like I want people to build stuff in user space, right? So I have this whole thing of basically plugins. I'm calling them kits, right? So I have a few examples that ship with it. See this coffee cup here, spawn new view of Lundberg, the guy from Office Space. Basically, this is a kit at the canvas level that creates a new block. And I hit it, and it grabs the thing, and it runs the function, and then boom, there he be. Again, dumb example, but trust me, they get better. So, what we have this? We have export a row set to CSV. Well, that's cool, and that should be a built-in thing for the application, but if you can have user plugins that do stuff like, export data, that's great, because who knows what your users are going to want next. It's some weird format, some whatever, and you don't want to wait for Tableau or someone to write a superset plugin to do that. You want to just do it yourself. And a lot of times in Clojure, it's literally just writing a function. So export to CSV. I hit it. I can see over here. This is just a little utility panel. I can see that it's running. It's 80,000 rows, so I don't know. It's 80,000 rows coming out of boom, cool, it's done. I threw a Lundberg there too, just so I'm an idiot. But you can see, yeah, file saved locally to assets, UFO sightings, .csv. Cool. Okay, and we have this nice little way to display it. We can show our code output, or we can show this fancy output, which, oh, by the way, is written in the same language as the rest of the. Oh, it didn't work. But anyways, this UI here is written in the same language as all this other stuff, right? Which is great, because you don't have to learn 6 different things. Well, you do. They're just all the same. All right. Let's do a little more serious version. So this is a dimensional outlier recognizer. So it even has its own UI, which is crazy. I can pick shape, city, only do 4 combinations, and hit go. So this is running on a separate Clojure REPL, not part of my application. It's a whole separate project that takes the data of the thing you're working on, looks at it, runs a whole bunch of multi-dimension, multi-dimension statistics to see. And of course, it's giving errors because I'm recording. Because of course, yeah, it runs a whole bunch of stuff on it to see if there are any outliers in the data. And not outliers of just single columns, but outliers in compared to its peers within that dimensional group, right? So here we have some answers. We have so US, that's not too that interesting. Light is the highest in the shape. That's not that interesting. Germany. So this is where it gets kind of weird, right? So country and shape. Light in the US is, when grouped by country and shape and aggregate rows. These are significantly above the mean. These deviate by 8.07 standard deviations with an absolute difference of, 12,000, blah, blah, blah. This is the kind of stuff that's kind of interesting. And then a lot of calculation went into this. And you see I'm using this panel to display this to the users. And I can even do things like, hey, highlight these in your source query, right? And I can click the thing, and it goes ahead, and it mutates my query, and it adds the highlighting. Or I can, when I put together the function to generate these, I'm trying to tell a story, right? And this is not they say dashboards tell stories. This is kind of very meta, right? I'm trying to tell a story of what I think is interesting in this particular case, but I'm also creating, artifacts that are also usable in the actual thing itself, which is kind of nuts, right? Because I created this query and it can be dragged out into the dashboard, and then hell, I could run outliers on the outliers now, hey, do what you want to do. But and this stuff here that I'm rendering, this could be anything, right? It's all written in the same the same shortcode language as everything else. This one just has a few little extra spices added to allow me to mutate the canvas, or allow you or allow anybody to mutate the canvas and do some stuff like hell, I can even filter within the results of the damn thing. Like, I know I sound like a crazy person, but like this is all like wacky stuff from some people's perspective. But when it all comes together like this, like it's actually kind of dope. And they can be at the card level, they can be at the query level, or they can be at the canvas level down here. I think I have another one that's at the card level. Yeah, so see this, another coffee cup. It's another Lundberg, which will basically replace your current view with a Lundberg. Again, dumb example, but trying to say there are different levels that this thing can act on, right? And in this case, it's acting on, see, it changed the history to a Lundberg. It's acting on the card. We can act on the canvas. We can act on a query. All that same kind of stuff. Just like the AI thing from before was acting on the canvas on behalf of that query I had highlighted. So again, it sounds weird, but trust me, it's pretty cool. So yeah, I expect a lot of stuff from this. I don't know if I can show it here, but so literally, I hate you, Linux. So literally, this is a configuration file, and this is where the runners are defined. You know, the different things you can execute. This is where the kits are defined. Those plugin things I just showed. Again, this is Kate, so the syntax highlighting is not turned on, and it's gonna look terrible. But like the admin could just go and add stuff, and you can go change things, and you're literally adding like new functionality to the system. Like, you know, what if one of these, you know, add some funky pivot thing? I mean, it doesn't have to, because I have a pivot, but country and then row count on pivot. Hey, look at that. Try doing that in some tools. And then, hey, we've pivoted, and then I'm dragging out group by pivots as their own thing because there are no rules. I'm sorry. I'm so all over the place with this. But if you're as excited as I am, you would be too. All right. I'll see you next time.